And local governments across the nation have seen their budgets hammered by the COVID-19 pandemic. But Montana Governor Steve Bullock today said the Big Sky State's finances may hold up quite well and that it's premature to start slashing government spending. MTN's Mike Dennison has more.
In recent days, Montana's Republican legislative leaders have asked whether state government should be cutting back in anticipation of a big drop-off in tax revenue. They say the 2021 legislature will certainly face a deficit because of the economic fallout of COVID-19, and now is the time to start paring back government. But Governor Bullock, a Democrat, said Wednesday that's not the answer.
Montana differs when it comes to our state budget from most other states. Our state finances were in a historically strong position heading into this pandemic. And because of that, we also believe we'll come out of this in a stronger financial position than most states.
Bullock and his budget officials said Montana will end the current fiscal year this June with almost $300 million in the bank and has another $150 million in reserve funds and a firefighting account. They say that strong starting point will help cushion any revenue drop-off and that they're keeping a tight lid on spending when they can. Yet Republican House Speaker Greg Hertz of Polson says he's guessing revenue could be $400 million to $500 million less than expected in the next year. And a new report by the financial service Moody's agrees. Hertz says if that's the case, why not make some cuts now so the full brunt won't be on the next legislature? Bullock said Wednesday it's too early to make that call and that it could cause more harm than good.
The notion that then what we should do is cuts based on what might happen 6 months from now or a year from now, I think it's probably misplaced for a number of reasons. One of which is adding to the unemployment rolls doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense, or cutting services that Montanans rely upon doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense right now.
Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
The governor also noted that budget analysts will have a much clearer picture on tax revenue later on this summer. The State Department of Commerce says it's received more than 9,600 grant applications from businesses, organizations, and individuals impacted by the pandemic. The state began taking applications last Thursday. 9 new programs will help distribute $123 million in federal CARES Act money. The overwhelming majority of applications, some 7,000, went to Montana Business Stabilization Grant Programs. It's a program that provides working capital for Montana-owned small businesses with 50 or fewer employees that have sustained a loss of revenue due to COVID-19. Department of Commerce Director Tara Rice says it's clear Montanans need assistance.
Within the first 24 hours after they opened on Thursday morning, we received 5,000 applications into the Business Stabilization Program, and then another kind of 2,000 since then. So the demand has been very clear and very quick.
The first group of grant award letters went out Tuesday. Money will be sent to those approved applicants as soon as banking information is confirmed. For a full breakdown of applications to each program, log on to our website. Well, earlier this week, we told you about COVID-19 relief efforts underway by United Way of Cascade County. The fund provides emergency dollars to agencies who help those facing uncertainty due to the pandemic. One of those organizations to receive relief is St. Vincent de Paul. Officials told MTN with money from United Way, they've been able to buy essentials for their food bank and reopen their homeless shelter's shower and laundry services. Director of Homeless Services Carly Tuss said the smallest things like a hot shower or a good meal can make a big difference in the life of someone seeking stability. She believes the shelter helps individuals take the next step in their lives.
I want to work. I want to better myself. I want to be stable. And in order to do that, can I get an alarm clock, please, so I can wake up in time to get to work?
Tuss says the shelter is able to meet a variety of needs for those facing adversity right now. We'll have more on how St. Vincent de Paul Homeless Shelter and Food Bank have been helping Montanans in the Rebound segment on KRTV tonight at 10. Well, Montana adds just one more COVID-19 case today, bringing the state total to 461. The new case is a Yellowstone County woman in her 60s. Earlier this week, state officials reported a new case in Jefferson County. However, county public health officials there report the man in his 50s has not been in the state for several weeks and has had no contact with people in the state. 15 of the state's cases are considered active. More than 93% of the confirmed cases have recovered. Well, MTN has teamed up with AMB Philanthropies and the Montana Community Foundation for the Rebound Montana Relief Fund. It's an effort to help Montanans recover from the financial impacts of COVID-19. The statewide fund will provide safety net funding for rural and tribal communities adversely affected by the pandemic. And if you can help, please go to KRTV or KXLH.com/relief. There you'll be able to access various funds that have been set up. MTN and AMB West Philanthropies will match the first $150,000 donated to the Montana COVID-19 Relief Fund. Anything you can afford to give is a way we can all help our fellow Montanans rebound. You may remember back in 2017, we teamed up for the Montana Wildfire Relief Fund, raising more than $600,000 to help rural volunteer fire departments, all thanks to contributions from viewers like you. Leaders say a recount is now set in the extremely close vote on Townsend School District Elementary's school bond proposal. The school board held its final canvass of votes last night. The official vote count showed the bond was passing by just 3 votes, and that's close enough that a recount can go forward if 10 voters sign a petition asking for one. The Broadwater County Clerk's Office received a petition this morning. The recount will be held Monday at noon at the Townsend Library. The $18.8 million bond would replace the existing elementary school, which leaders say is outdated and in poor condition. Today's weather was nicer than yesterday's, but it's still on the bit gloomy side, and Brandon Michaels joins us now. Brandon, I know you've been tracking plenty of clouds and some rain too.
Yeah, many of us have seen some showers move through. We've got the clouds breaking up a little bit, but fortunately didn't pick up any snow today and really didn't pick up that much rain. It's been kind of light scattered showers with just a couple of exceptions, but definitely seen some rainfall in Great Falls and in Helena, but not enough to measure, less than 1/10 of an inch in both of those locations. Looking outside right now, still a little bit of activity to the west of Helena, maybe a couple raindrops, but really the only heavier rain is off to the east. You can see that band of showers and storms pushing into Valley County as well as parts of Garfield County. We'll kind of zoom in on that here, turn on lightning tracker because we have actually seen a good amount of thunderstorm activity with that line of showers and storms, and again that continues to push off to the west. Probably going to be seeing some light rain toward Glasgow pretty soon, and we have seen some minor impacts from these storms that they've rolled through. We're going to just look at what Great Falls have seen here. Wind gusts over 40 miles per hour, so a little bit gusty winds and some small hail about pea size or less, so nothing severe to be concerned with there. And some good news, nicer weather in the forecast for tomorrow. We'll talk all about that later in the show.
All right, thanks a lot, Brandon. Some tall orders in one Montana town have kept the community positive during the pandemic. That story when the 5:30 news continues.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 5:30 news continues on Montana's news leader.
Welcome back. Coffee lovers rejoice. A new coffee shop is opening on the Blackfeet Reservation. Hinman Coffee House has a drive-through and will be serving coffee and blended and cold drinks. The shop will also offer bagels, sandwiches, and some lunchtime favorites. The coffee shop has an important message as it's dedicated to the missing and murdered Indigenous women movement. Owner Jade Heather Hinman said her mother-in-law was a crime victim and died at the age of 19.
The red handprint over the mouth is in support of the murdered and missing Indigenous women's movement. So it's saying that we're standing with all of our sisters who have been lost due to human trafficking, who have been lost due to murder and kidnappings and rapes. And like I mentioned before, this is something that does hit close to home for us because our my kids' grandmother was a victim of this also.
Now, the shop is set to open Monday, May 18th. It will offer drive-through services only until they finish up their lobby. The Lewis and Clark Public Health started a new Facebook campaign recognizing businesses for their pandemic response. The campaign is called Shining Star. Public Health invites residents to nominate a business they think deserves recognition for their response to keep customers and staff safe. You're encouraged to send a name of the business with a small description of their efforts. The inspiration for the campaign came from Lewis and Clark Public Health staff and numerous calls constantly praising various businesses for their safety guidelines.
And we know it's been hard on many businesses. So when businesses go to all that extra effort to do the right thing, to try to protect their customers and their staff, we believe they deserve to get recognized for that.
If you'd like to nominate a business for going above and beyond during these difficult times, you can visit our website for more information. The COVID-19 pandemic has altered the way many small businesses operate, and even rural areas with little or no confirmed coronavirus cases are not immune. Due to its remote location, Tall Boys Tavern in Hobson attracted many out-of-town visitors before the pandemic hindered travel from more populated areas. But they've stayed busy and stayed open thanks to the small community of a population of just over 200 stepping up to help.
We've had a lot more community members, local community members, come out of the woodwork being supportive of our business too. Locals who wouldn't normally stop in. We really take that to heart because everybody's pinching pennies right now. So when somebody decides to give you their dollar, you really appreciate it.
Tall Boys Tavern and Catering is open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. You can find a link to their website and menu on our website.
Well, tomorrow looking nice and sunny, but we've got plenty more chances of rain in the forecast. We'll have details on those after the break.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker weather forecast with meteorologist Brandon Michaels.
After a fairly gloomy start to our day, we are seeing a little bit of a break in the cloud cover now. Some blue sky visible on the Opportunity Bank iCam in Helena. Temperature in Helena is actually not too bad. They got a little bit warmer than expected today by about 4 degrees, so 64 is pretty comfortable for this time of year. The wind is not quite as comfortable. 21 miles per hour out of the west. We've seen some gusts well over 30 miles per hour, and parts of Helena actually over 40 miles per hour. Definitely more sunshine than earlier in the day in Great Falls as well. Kind of a nice shot there on the US Bank iCam. Really nice to see things kind of greening up in the background. Temperature is 52 degrees right now. The wind has died down quite a bit since earlier, down to 7 miles per hour. Again, we showed you we did have that wind gust in Great Falls of 45 miles per hour as those showers were pushing through. Still tracking some showers not only across our area, not only across Montana, but really the entire northwest United States. Got this big area of low pressure churning off the Pacific coast there, bringing lots of moisture on board. We've also got this little upper level trough in place. A lot of unsettled weather, but we are going to get a brief break in that as we head through the forecast. But for the time being, we are tracking still some showers. The heaviest of those, we talked about that at the top of the show here, into Garfield County and Valley County, probably getting very close to Glasgow at this point if it's not already raining in Glasgow. And then behind that, that's where we're starting to see the clearing, and it's the clearing that's going to be the trend as we go forward here. So here's about 9 p.m. Still a little bit of activity in northern and eastern Montana, but in general, most of us continued the clearing trend. By about midnight, we're done with almost all of the moisture, just a couple of lingering showers to the northeast and maybe some moisture down to the south of Helena as well. But we're going to stay nice and clear through the night tonight, with the exception of maybe a little bit of fog where we've had some heavier rain falling, but lots of sunshine through the day tomorrow. A little bit of cloud cover starting to build up into the afternoon, and I think most of us are going to be dry and sunny through the day. The exception to that, possibly Helena. Now, this particular model has the precipitation still off to the southwest of the capital city by 6 p.m. It is entirely possible that that should be shifted off to the north a little bit more. So Helena will have a slight chance for some showers late in the day tomorrow. As far as temperatures, with the clearing skies, it is going to be pretty chilly tonight, down to 35 in Lewistown and Great Falls, 38 in Helena, 34 for the overnight low temperature in Glasgow. Through the day tomorrow, temperatures warming up nicely, though. We've got all that sunshine, and the temperatures are really going to respond to that. So we're going to be in the 50s by the mid to late morning hours, and then jumping up for most of us in the 60s by the afternoon. Some spots might even be close to about 70 degrees for tomorrow. So I'm going 66 for both Great Falls and Helena, close to 70 up on the High Line in Havre and Glasgow, 70 degrees your high temperature tomorrow in Jordan. So nice, comfortable temperatures this time of year, and not too much wind either. We're looking at 5 to 10 mile per hour wind gusts, and in general, with the exception of a couple of late showers in the day, most of us aren't going to deal with gusty winds from showers and storms. So really a beautiful day for our Thursday, but we're going to get right back into chances for rain from there. 7-day forecast for Great Falls here. Mostly sunny, very nice for our Thursday. Showers returning to the forecast on Friday. Probably going to see temperatures in the 70s for us on Saturday. Nice day there with all the sunshine. A slight chance for some showers on Sunday. Showers and storms in the forecast for Monday as well, and even into Tuesday and Wednesday. Helena, same story here. Showers moving in. A little bit cooler Friday in Helena with those showers returning. Mostly sunny, beautiful day on Saturday. Couple of showers possible into the day on Sunday with more chances for rain as we head into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with temperatures starting to fall again. Tim?
Thanks, Brandon. If you're anxious for some time outdoors, the Gallatin County Archery Range may be the perfect place for you. We'll take you there after the break.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 5:30 news continues on Montana's news leader.
Portions of Yellowstone National Park will reopen to the public on Monday at noon, but entrances from Montana will remain closed. The park announced today a 3-phased reopening plan. On Monday, the south and east entrances in Wyoming will open, allowing visitors to access the park's lower loop. The lower loop allows visitors to access Lake, Canyon, Norris, Old Faithful, West Thumb, and Grant Village. The northern section of the park, including Mammoth, will remain closed. No commercial tour buses will be allowed in the park. Campgrounds, hotels, restaurants, visitor centers, and many other services will remain closed until phase 2 or 3 of reopening. Though archery hunting season is still months away, nestled just south of Three Forks sits a gold mine for connoisseurs of the bow and arrow. MTN's Sam Hoyle has more.
Just off Highway 287 sits the Three Forks Archery Range, which is compiled of 2 courses featuring numerous shots for the avid archer and the amateur. Though originally Al Anderson, owner of the range, created the area simply because he picked up the hobby after he retired.
I thought, well, it's a good way to, keep my shoulders and things loose. So I bought a couple of targets, but I didn't realize that you could buy these 3D targets that were so lifelike.
Scattered across the acreage of Anderson's property sits rabbits, bears, elk, and the occasional dinosaur that archers can take their shot at. And though the premise is to have fun and sharpen one's skills, Anderson's thrown a bit of competition into the mix. When archers put their money in the honor box at the beginning of the course, they can also grab a scorecard similar to ones you might find at a golf course and compete against the course or anyone you're with. Though with COVID-19 playing a part in today's society, Anderson is imploring anyone who comes to the range to adhere to the guidelines set forth by the state. Though as his love for archery grows and his courses have gotten more intricate, Anderson's put thousands of dollars into the range. But in his eyes, money is just the residue of a good time.
My wife says I should be supervised. Okay, and we laugh every time, okay. But, when you're an entrepreneur, you get a chance once in a while to pursue your dreams. And it was like, as I enjoyed it myself, I thought, I could share this archery experience with other people. I could meet some new people coming out to shoot, and it would be fun.
Reporting in Three Forks, Sam Hoyle, MTN News.
Over the weekend, the American Legion National Organization canceled all of its baseball operations for the 2020 season. However, it left the door open for any individual states to determine if they want to play this year. According to Helena Senators manager John Burnett, the general consensus across Montana American Legion baseball is that teams want to play this season, but they're unsure as to what the season will look like. If Montana teams do move forward, they'll need to find their own insurance policies and develop a governing set of rules in order to salvage this summer's season.
Our hope is that we still can play under the Montana American Legion baseball kind of umbrella. So that's our hope. I'm not going to say how that's going to go, but I think we have a lot of support from our Montana American Legion baseball representatives. They've been involved in all these calls, so we're very optimistic that we still will be Montana American Legion baseball.
There's no timeline for when the decision will be made, but we'll keep you up to date on air and online at montanasports.com. And we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back. We are tracking still some showers tonight, although behind that main batch of rain, things are starting to clear out and will continue to do so through the evening hours. The heaviest of rain in Valley County, kind of centered right toward Glasgow right now. For tomorrow, beautiful day in the forecast. 66 degrees our high temperature, mostly sunny skies. Few showers late to the south and west.
Well, the Nintendo Switch has become a hot commodity during the pandemic, and it looks like it might stay that way for a while. Bloomberg News reports Nintendo is actually having trouble making more. Government lockdowns in Malaysia and Philippines have slowed production of essential parts. A Nintendo spokesman is expecting production to ramp up again during the summer. So, video gamers,
Bad news for you.
sorry, but there's other things you can do to keep yourself occupied.
And not the first thing I would think would fly off the shelf, but
yeah,
who
it's like toilet paper. I guess. All right, that's all the time we have. We'll see you back here tonight at 10.